Good morning, everybody. My name is Shannon. This is Cosmic Goddess Healing. Welcome in to my beautiful divine feminines, my divine masculines, my beautiful star seeds, my soul tribe. Welcome in, everybody. Um, I really kind of felt today's card of the day on my Instagram page was something that I should be talking about today. Um, the card of the day was Wizard of the Woods Focus. And what this card was talking about was exactly what I was experiencing this morning. So, this morning, I'm going to get vulnerable here. I was kind of looking at my calendar and I was looking at my money situation and I was seeing the evidence of not enough. I was like, oh my God, I have a car payment coming out on Monday. I don't have enough in my account to cover it. So I had to transfer money out of a line of credit to cover this. And I felt frustrated. I felt all this fear coming up again. And then all of a sudden it was funny. I was reading this new book that I got for Christmas from my kids, the Pleiadian soul healing book. And this woman created 8 books. I don't know which book this falls in. Maybe this was the 8th one. I don't actually know. But in this book, it was talking about how lower vibrational extraterrestrial energies have been controlling the planet for so long. And it's funny because, I can go down a whole rabbit hole with this, but if you know, you know. And there are beings out there, extraterrestrial beings, that have been holding humanity down and controlling us with fear and scarcity. And this has been a challenge my whole life. Not having enough financially has been my biggest challenge my entire life. Um, and because I'm such an evidence person, when my evidence is showing there's not enough, all this fear starts coming up, anger starts coming up. Like, why do I have to live this way? Why can't I have enough? Why am I always living paycheck to paycheck? Like, things just keep getting more expensive. But then I was like, thank God I was reading this book, because all of a sudden I was like, this is exactly what that energy wants. This is exactly what that lower vibrational energy wants. It wants me to jump back into fear. It wants me to start looking at my evidence and go back into fear. And I refuse to let that happen. I'm not going to let that happen. So, yes, although my evidence says I don't have enough, thank God I did have money available, but it's credit money. It's, high interest rates to pay back. But at least I had access to that to be able to transfer a bit of money into my account so I can cover my car payment on Monday. And this month was a tough month, because you have all these gifts to buy everybody. Out of one paycheck, I had rent, 2 car payments, and car insurance, which I didn't bring in enough to cover all of that. That's just the sad truth. Um, and this has been the story of my life, this never ending story, this never ending loop of not having enough financially to survive, or just having enough and never having anything extra, and then having to incur all this debt because I don't bring in enough to live. So I'm having to tap into credits and lines of credits to just survive, basically. And of course, this month with Christmas and all of that, I didn't bring in what I put out. So of course, it's increasing the debt, and then you get stuck in this debt loop. So that's the negative side of what I was experiencing this morning. And then lo and behold, this Wizard of the Woods card came out for my Instagram page, and I was blown away, because this card basically talks about, where are you putting your focus? Are you focusing on too many things? Like, if you're not happy with the things in your life, are you trying to fix all of them at once? Because that's not going to work. Or are you trying to put your focus on one particular thing? But you're still like me this morning. I'm looking at all the evidence. There's not enough. It's creating anger within me and resentment. Why do other people get to live comfortable lives and I don't? And why do I always have to struggle like this? Like, all these questions and anger starts bubbling up. But then between the Pleiadian book that I was reading this morning and this card coming out, And I knew it. I felt it as the anger was coming up this morning. Something inside of me was saying, don't focus on that. Don't focus on that, Shannon. Don't focus on the negative. Focus on what you want. How would you feel and what would you be embodying if you had all of the abundance that you desire to live the life you wanted? What would that feel like? Embody that feeling. And I know it's so difficult when your evidence says otherwise and when you're struggling. And some people don't even have a credit card or a line of credit to make up the difference, you know? So I guess I'm grateful and lucky that I do have that accessible. Um, but this card was talking about taking one thing that you don't like in your life and putting all your focus into changing that thing. So, not focusing on, for me this morning, not focusing on my bank account, looking at it, seeing there's not enough, looking at the calendar to see what else has to come out and I don't have enough for it. I need to put my focus on what abundance would feel like and how it would feel to have enough coming in. And that's what I need to focus on. Keep closing my eyes and with my intention, feel what it feels like to embody the abundance that I seek. And that is how I'm going to create more. I'm not going to create more by focusing on the bank account and not having enough and feeling frustrated and angry that all these bills had to come out this month and Christmas had to happen. And, which is what I was doing this morning. Like, I hate December. I kept saying this fucking month sucks. And the last month was the same. It cost me a fortune last December because I moved on top of everything else. And I don't want to feel that way. I love Christmas. I love the month of December, but it's just because I don't have enough that I'm feeling this way. So this is where I really have to practice focusing on what I want to embody, not what I don't have. So I'm very grateful that this card came out. I strongly feel, I keep feeling guided to start working with this book again. And I'm thinking that I might actually just, you know what, I wanted to try to have a class together so we could do things together live, but I'm not getting anybody responding or saying anything to that. So I think for now, I might share a little bit of this on my channel, but until I get enough people interested in doing it, I'm just going to start focusing on doing it myself right now, because I think it's been a struggle my entire life. Money has always been a challenge for me. I've never been able to hold on to money. I know it's tied to my lack of worthiness, feeling not worthy of abundance, not worthy of love, not worthy of all the things that I want. And because I'm always focusing on I don't have it and I'm never going to have it, I don't get it. And that's a hard realization. It's hard to go inside and be honest with yourself. It's hard to admit my circumstances are my fault. That's a really hard thing to admit. And most people don't want to do that. Most people just want to blame the government, blame higher prices, blame inflation, blame whatever they want to blame. That's the easier thing than going, okay, where have I been putting my focus? Am I constantly doing what Shannon's doing and looking at my bank account, seeing there's not enough, feeling angry and resentful for all the things I have to pay for and this and that? Or am I not focusing on that? Am I being honest with myself and saying, I need to change my mindsets? I need to start changing the way I think on a daily basis. I need to start practicing the embodiment of what I want, because these lower vibrational beings are working overtime right now because they're dwindling. Their numbers and their effect on humanity is dwindling because we are all waking up one by one as each human being, like me, raises their vibration and does even this, shares a channel, shares messages of love and hope. The more that people start doing this, more people start elevating and waking up in humanity. So more of us need to keep doing this. We really need to keep doing this so that these lower vibrational beings don't have the same effect on us. And I felt it lately. I've shared this lately, that I have felt some type of lower vibrational energy trying to yank me down. And they keep doing it through things like this, evidence of not having enough money, my channel not growing. They keep trying to implant these doubts and fears into my mind because they're seeing me rise quickly, and they don't like it, because as I rise, you rise, because we are mirrors of each other, and you are my collective. You know, we are one collective, not any better than anyone else. We are all equal in this collective. Some of us have just raised a little higher than others in terms of vibrational energy, but we are equal. Every single one of us is equal. And we are connected. So the more of us that do the work, it helps other people start to wake up and want to do the work. So I'm going to just do a quick little reading to add into this to kind of see. I'm going to jump into the Light Seers Tarot deck to kind of see, like, what is the thing that's kind of preventing us? What is the thing that is holding us back when it comes to the things that we desire? And how can we change this? I mean, I feel like what I've said already talks about that, but Spirit, what is holding us back from the things that we want? Oh my God, that's way too many. Spirit, what is holding us back from the things that we desire? Oh my God, again, way too friggin' many. Okay, I'm going to clear this deck because they're going a little wonky today. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wow. So the Emperor card was what came out before, and it's just come out again. So I feel like this is confidence. To me, this Emperor embodies confidence and good mindsets, healthy mindsets. So I think this is confirming what's holding us back is not embodying this. Is we want this, but we're not focusing on this. We're not putting our focus on this. You know, we're focusing on what's not working out for us, is what I feel. Let's see what else. Spirit, can you help my collective understand what do they need to do to, oh God, they're flying out. Okay, wow, the 3 of Cups has come out. 4 of Cups. And the Page of Pentacles. And what I'm picking up from this is we need to get out of this feeling sorry for ourselves, this looking at what's not working and feeling sad and depressed, this lower vibrational energy. We need to come into balance. And we need to lean on each other as a collective, because this is a community card. And this is saying, you know, as you tap more into the collective and you start doing the work as a collective, and each one of us has our part to play in raising humanity as a whole, you know, lean on that. Lean on the collective energies, like me, watching these videos, watching these positive, uplifting videos. That's how you can connect with community. You know, what are you watching? Thank you, Spirit. This is reminding me too, what are you watching? What are you listening to all day? Are you listening to things that are just affirming what you don't want? Or are you listening to things and watching things that are uplifting you, that are giving you tools to help you? Because this, to me, is a card of like mastery. She's mastering the pentacles. She's finding balance within, balance of the things that she wants, because she's going within. She's looking at herself honestly. And to me, that, like, I don't know if that's the actual meaning of this card or not. I don't even remember what the meaning of this card is. But when I get this card, to me, it's a mastery card. It's mastering self. It's going within and looking at honestly at yourself, and you know what needs to be changed. Because I feel like this is the energy we do want to embody. We want to embody this confidence, this wealth. You know, he's a businessman. He's got his shit together. And this is what we all want. But I feel like a lot of us are still not there, me included. Me included. This was me this morning for a very brief moment. This was my energy this morning, feeling sorry for myself, pissed off with God, pissed off with the universe. Why am I not getting the abundance that I desire? Why do I have to keep seeing my debt increase? Why is there never enough? That was my energy this morning, and that's not working for me anymore. If I keep thinking that way and if I keep focusing on that, I am never going to get the abundance that I seek, ever. It's just going to keep being this same type of friggin' energy for the rest of my life, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to feel like this: sisterhood, celebration, community, abundance. Like, I want to master this. I really do. So, Spirit, what advice can you give me and my collective on how we can do this? Okay, well, um, Knight of Swords, I think, yeah, like running into action, taking action immediately towards the thing that you do want. And the next cards out are 10 of Pentacles, Justice, and the 10 of Cups. And to me, this is, this is abundance. This is love, family, love, celebration, marriage. This is like community, abundance, owning a business, success. So I feel like between the collectives, the collective that's watching, these are the things that you're wanting. And you know what? They're the things I want too. And justice tells me there's going to be a balance. There's going to be a balance if you put your focus and run towards the things that you want. Put your focus intently on the things that you want. These things, success, having enough, love, community, marriage, family. um, these things can be ours, but we have to shift our vibration, and it starts with honesty with ourselves. And again, I know that's not an easy thing to do, to really look at yourself and go, this is my fault. My circumstances are my fault. Nobody likes to do that. It's easier to blame somebody or something else. But this message, I feel, is really important. Um, I think it's very important to remind us that we need to get honest with ourselves about what we're not happy with, because we are creating that. Whether you want to admit it or not, you are creating your circumstances with your thoughts and your feelings. Thoughts create things. That is such a true statement. And if you're always thinking negative thoughts and you wonder why your surroundings are totally negative all the time, it's time to get honest with yourself. It's time to get honest with yourself, um, and start looking at, what do I want to change? And if it is love, well, then start embodying that love. If it is wealth and abundance, start to embody what that would feel like. Sit with it. Picture, what would you feel like if you had more than enough? What would that feel like to you? And do that every day. Don't just do it once and go, well, that didn't work, I'm not doing that anymore, that didn't work, she's full of crap. It's a practice. You need to do it every single day and put intention into it. That's what you need to do with this. It's like working out. You don't get muscles after one workout. It takes time and dedication, and this is no different. The law of attraction and the practice of it takes time and effort. And if you don't want to put the time and effort into it, well, your circumstances are going to be the exact same as they are. And if you're not happy with them the way they are, then you're always going to be this way. And that's a really harsh thing to say, but it's true. And I'm telling you it because it's my own experience. And this abundance has been a struggle of mine my entire life. I have never been able to hang on to money in the past, but I'm changing that. I need to change my words. I just heard that. Thank you. Um, I am the embodiment of abundance. And that's the statement I need to keep saying. And I need to stop focusing on the past. Stop focusing on that it hasn't worked ever for me. I need to stop saying that and stop focusing on that. It's hard. You really got to become self-aware for these practices, but I think they're really important, and we have to start as a collective changing things, and it starts with us. So I am what's the word? I am challenging you to start today, to look at your life honestly, look at the thoughts you think, look at how you speak to yourself, pick something, one thing you're not happy with, and start embodying what it would feel like to have that thing. And every day, put aside time to think about this. And I guarantee you, you will see miracles unfold in your life. And I would love to hear about it if things shift for you. Um, I'm going to think about what I want to do with this book. If I want to, and I don't even know the legalities, if I'm allowed to sort of use it on my channel. I don't really know yet. So I have to be careful with that because I would never want my channel to get shut down because I'm doing something illegal or not right. So I'm going to sit with this today and meditate with this to see if I should be starting something with that book. But I hope this helps somebody out there. I love you guys. You can do this. We can do this as a collective. I'm going to start today with really meditating on what it would feel like to embody the abundance that I seek. And whatever your thing is, I hope you take time today to do the same. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.